Well, we are well and truly over halfway in our 2025 Ironman Pro Series as we head to Europe for the Men's European Championship at the Mainova Ironman Frankfurt. The women raced a few weeks ago in Hamburg, and that produced a record-breaking day for Laura Philipp, Kat Matthews and Solveig Lofse. This week we head a little bit further south, but to another big German city with triathlon mad fans to see what kind of show our professional men can put on for us. I'm Laura Siddall and willkommen to A Fighting Chance presented by HOKA. The Mainova Ironman Frankfurt, the Men's European Championships. Frankfurt is in the heart of Europe, a central German city just 5 hours south of Hamburg, where our women's championships took place earlier this year. Frankfurt is famous for its skyline, which earns the nickname Manhattan, a combination of the Main River, which runs through the city centre, and of course Manhattan. And yes, it is also where the Frankfurter sausage comes from, but more commonly known in the USA as the hot dog. But before we look at Ironman Frankfurt, we had some big racing down under at the Cairns Airport Ironman Cairns. Let's take a look and catch up on all the action.
Good morning and welcome to the Cairns Airport Ironman Cairns.
Race 10 of the Ironman Pro Series. We've got a very deep field.
Going to bring us some great sights and obviously, as you said, some spectacular racing. The gun is off and we are underway here at the Cairns Airport Ironman Cairns.
He's obviously lost a lot of time and he's cramping badly in his left leg by the looks of it.
Very, very happy, and it's pretty surreal for sure. Yeah, no, I was really happy with how the swim went. Kind of went along pretty much exactly how I had hoped, coming out of the water with Jamie and Josh, and got in the change tent. I was like, oh gosh, okay. It just got really bad all of a sudden and could barely walk, as you guys all saw. I guess for good and for bad, this has happened before, and so I knew what needed to happen is just keep moving forward. And at that point, I was probably, 8 to 9 minutes down from the lead, and the game plan all along was to push that back 70K. And so that's what I did, and I was able to make up a lot of time and came into T2 3-ish minutes down from Nick and another minute or two down from Ben. And so first lap in particular is just let's just chill. We're just gonna run comfortably. Second lap, you can kind of start moving a little bit more. And then lap 3, kind of heard that Nick was starting to hurt a little bit. And so that, really gave me the motivation, because I was like, okay, lap 3, this is where you're either gonna win the race or you're gonna get second. One of the most important things about Ironman is that you need to be patient and you never know what's gonna happen. It's a very long day. And so here we are. I've been a pro. This is my 3rd season as a pro, and I've been very fortunate that I've had a lot of podiums, but I've never won. It was kind of just always being so close, and so to actually get the win is incredibly meaningful, and was definitely a memory that I'll keep forever. And you never know when you're going to have another one, and so I really wanted to try and cherish it as much as I could.
Yes, it went kind of as well as it could have, I'd say. The swim was pretty choppy, and so it was a little tricky in the start. I kind of had a slow start, but I like knew the girls' cap colors, and so I was able to swim with Regan, which was kind of my number one goal, and I was able to come out with her, and so that was kind of best case scenario for me. And then we worked together and caught up to Hannah on the bike, and then it was nice to have them around so we could all work together. Onto the run, I'd say I actually felt pretty good, so I just focused on running my own race and getting my nutrition in. And these girls are very strong. I've raced them a lot of times, and it was not going to be an option to really slow down or coast it in, because they just keep going hard all the way to the line. So I've been enjoying it since the minute I got here, and I think it's important to mix enjoyment with racing and really like get to see some of the places that you go to race. It helps bring your just general happiness level up. So super happy, everything works out how it's meant to. So, and I bagged the Kona slot today, which was actually like number one most important thing. So that's sweet. It's on my birthday this year, so it should be really fun.
After those results in Cairns, it was all change in the overall series points and rankings for the men. Ben Hamilton, 10th in Cairns, takes the top spot with 4 races counting. Matt Hansen moves up 18 places into second place with his 5th in Cairns. And Matthew Marquardt leaps 25 spots to 3rd. Nick Thompson and Jared Osborne now move into the top 10, 7th and 8th respectively. And to the women, well, there was no change at the top as Anne Reichman still holds that position and Kat Matthews sits in second. But our champion in Cairns, Jackie Herring, moves up 15 spaces now to be in 3rd place. Hannah Berry and Lottie Wilms, our podium from Cairns, also move into the top 10. Berry moving up 13 places to be in 5th, and Lotta Wilms, 43 places, now sits in 9th. The Mainova Ironman Frankfurt is a split venue race. The athletes starting with the 3.8 kilometres Roka swim at the Langener Waldsee, a little over 10 kilometres southwest of the city centre and hidden in Frankfurt's city forest. It's 2 separate laps with an Aussie exit, taking full advantage of the whole area of the lake. The Zoot bike course at just shy of 180 kilometres, 176, will take athletes first to the city centre before 2 laps in the countryside to the northeast of the city. A mix of flat and fast with some challenging hills, combining the picturesque landscapes of the surrounding German villages with that Manhattan skyline. The 4-lap HOKA run course is back in the centre of Frankfurt and runs along both banks of the Main River. It's flat and fast and always densely packed with spectators and fans, culminating in the incredible finish line at the historic Roma. The Germans certainly do triathlon in style. This race is the European Championships for our professional men, no women this time. So let's head over to Daniela Reif to get her thoughts and insights onto some of these matchups and how the race may play out. Daniela Reif herself has raced and won Ironman Frankfurt twice, both in 2015 and 2018. And in those seasons, she was undefeated all year.
Hi everyone, I'm Daniela Reif. We have Patrick Lange as the current world champion, facing Christian Blumenfeld as at the moment most likely the strongest athlete in the triathlon circuit. He's also won several world champion titles, and he won Ironman Frankfurt last year in 7:27, going close to the marathon around 2:30. And so did Lange. He's also been very close to that mark of 2:30. But they're not the only ones on the start list. I think many players will have play a role in that race. And for sure, the good swimmers, also Kasper and Gustav, are going to push the pace. Beckegaard is a strong swimmer, strong cyclist, and I'm sure he will be one who wants to really push the pace, especially on the bike. So who will be first out of the water? I expect it to be Beckegaard, Rudi, Vanberg, and also possibly Gustav and Kasper. Depending on where Christian and Lange will get out, I think they might be close to the front, but most likely there will be a bit of a gap. And I think most important is where will Magnus Ditlev get out, because if he comes out with Christian Blumenfeld, that's definitely would be the best scenario for him. Then they can work together, or let's say Blumenfeld can kind of try to hang on Magnus, as he's most likely one of the strongest riders in the field. Where if Lange and Christian come out of the water later, they will really have to do most of the work on their own. And I think that is always something that helps if you come out of the water with an athlete, you know he's a strong cyclist, then you kind of know that you're in a good position, and that even though it's not a drafting race, you still have the benefit of the psychology to just mentally hang on to someone. And I would probably expect some of the athletes really pushing the pace, going really hard, and then it might be coming again to the fact that whoever paced themselves right can then also finish with a strong marathon. And then, I mean, the crowd in Frankfurt is just absolutely amazing, so it helps for the athletes to push themselves to that absolutely maximum. Yeah, I think it's one of the biggest tests before big stage at the Ironman World Championship in Nice. But this race is going to be definitely also World Championship level, and can't wait to see how the race unfolds.
Well, this for sure is a race you do not want to miss. And you can catch all the action on Ironman Now, Outside TV, DAZN or L'Equipe. That's it from me. I'll see you next time.